Well done, sweetie. Hey, everybody, my daughter is this year's champion.
Dad proudly took Mally's hand and raised it as everyone was cheering. In that happy atmosphere, I was the only one standing in the corner, looking at the bronze medal in my hand and crying. Hi, I'm Arian. My dad is a boxing coach. That's why, since childhood, my older sister Mally and I had been trained to become professional boxers. However, Mally was better than me, so we had always favored her. I compared me to her all the time. Having a perfect sister was a nightmare. As a result, the relationship between Mally and I went south. When I was 13, I decided to join another boxing club to escape the shadow of my sister. Needless to say, Dad was furious when I insisted that I didn't want him to be my coach. But thanks to that, I had the opportunity to express myself more. With my own efforts and the guidance of Gray, my new coach, only a short time later, I had improved and achieved many remarkable achievements. In particular, I was called the Flash for my lightning-fast attack ability. At that point, I was really confident that I could win against Mally. However, only during the boxing championships, I realized how formidable my sister really was. Mally easily won over tough opponents to join me in the final round. Compared to the last time we competed together, she had improved a lot. Before the final match, while I was in the changing room, Ray suddenly brought me something unexpected. What is that? Doping? Don't you want to win against your sister? I knew it was wrong, but I wanted to win against her so much that I blindly accepted it. In the final match, after 3 rounds passed, although I attacked fiercely and used my strong hook, Mally was still better. I needed to counterattack to win against her. But then, when the match was at its climax, my mind suddenly became dizzy and I passed out on the ring. Not long after that, I was taken to the hospital. The doctor concluded that I had anaphylaxis due to doping. Ray and I were exposed. Not only was I kicked out of the boxing club, but I was also banned from boxing competitions for a year. It was a real shock to me. For the next few days, I just locked myself in my room and didn't want to see anyone, especially my dad. Dad kept furiously blaming me for how stupid I was. However, that night he made me a surprise offer.
You can practice at my studio.
Thanks, Dad, but no thanks.
Don't be stubborn. There's no other club that dares to accept you. Do you want to continue boxing?
Although I wanted to refuse, I realized that he was right. No club wants to accept a member with a bad record like me. I had no other choice, didn't I? However, on my first day at his boxing studio, the members there looked at me with scorn. I could hear them whispering about my past mistakes. After standing in line to prepare for practice, Dad suddenly took me aside.
You won't be training with everyone. Mally will be your trainer.
What? Mally? It's absurd. He ignored my protest and kept his decision. So from that day on, I had to train under my sister. But instead of giving me tactical training or new attack moves, she just made me do physical exercises. Every day, I had to jog a few dozen laps around the gym, do push-ups and stretch. Not only that, she also forced me to use chopsticks to put each meat on a plate. Then, when the plate was full, I had to take each out. Those were completely basic and useless exercises for a professional like me. One day, I was exhausted from excessive running, but Mally kept blowing the whistle and telling me to continue. I angrily snatched the whistle from her neck. Enough! Are you taking revenge on me? This is ridiculous. I'll practice by myself. Then I left angrily. When I was in the changing room, Tiny, a member of Dad's boxing club, suddenly approached me. Look who it is. Isn't it the cheater who used doping? If it weren't for your dad, he wouldn't be here. You're just a failure and can't get over your sister. I stood up, clenched my fist, and rushed towards Tiny with all my anger. But out of nowhere, Mally appeared and stood for her. She took my full punch and staggered. She bumped into the shelf and a whole bunch of items fell on her. Tiny quickly ran away while I panicked and hurried to help Mally up. When I wanted to take her to the infirmary, she refused, fearing that Dad would be angry if he found out. So I had to help her bandage her wound. Seeing my sister in pain, I felt so regretful. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. It's okay, but you need to know that I never want to get back at you. Then why do you make me do those stupid exercises? You have a faster attack speed than the average person, but you're always hasty and lack accuracy. That's why you need to get back to the basics. And picking beans is to help you be more patient and calm. Really? Arian, I've always considered you as a formidable opponent and really want to compete against you fairly. I was surprised when I heard that. I had misunderstood my sister. I realized how childish and stupid I was. From that day on, I became serious and tried my best to follow Mally's instructions. Gradually, my ability improved along with the relationship between us. Before I knew it, a year passed by and I was finally allowed to compete in boxing competitions again. After many tournaments, Mally and I finally got into the National Boxing Championships. It was very important for Mally because she hadn't won a gold medal for so long. However, after competing in the semifinals, although she won, Mally had seriously injured her leg and was immediately taken to the hospital. When I went to the hospital to visit Mally, I overheard a conversation between her and my dad.
You're seriously injured. Your bones and ligaments have been damaged. You must stop competing or you might lose the ability to walk.
Despite his advice, she still insisted on competing in the final. When the match took place, I understood how important that gold medal was to Mally, so during the first 2 rounds, I tried to go easy on her. But during the break, she was so angry that she rushed over to me.
What the hell are you doing? Why didn't you attack me?
Mally, you deserve this medal more than I do.
Arian, listen, I want to play fair. I won't allow you to pity me. If you want to thank me, then do your best.
I burst into tears at my sister's determination. After regaining my spirit, I went all out to compete with her. We kept attacking and giving our best to the game. After the end of the 3rd round, we ended at a tie. We entered the 4th round together. In the last 3 seconds, I used all my strength to pull off my strongest hook. It landed successfully, and I was declared champion. I cried and hugged my sister tightly. Mally just gently thanked me for giving her the best match she had ever had. After that final, Mally had to give up boxing. At first, it seemed very difficult for her. However, she decided it was time to pursue her other passion, that is, architectural design. As for me, after what happened, I clearly told my dad how stressful it was to be compared to my sister all the time. He looked me sadly in the eye and said,
I only want to help you improve, but I ended up hurting you. I'm sorry, sweetie.
I decided to forgive him. Now I feel so happy that things are finally better. After so much effort, I had finally won the first prize in the local debate contest. Yay! My parents would definitely buy me an iPhone 13 as they promised.
We're sorry, Dillis, we can't buy it for you.
Why? You promised!
We have an important business that needs lots of money. I'm sorry, dear.
You liars! I got depressed and ran to my room. Why was I born into such a stingy family? Hi, I'm Dillis, a 15-year-old girl who was born into a middle-class family. You see, they are very frugal and only think about money. Meanwhile, my bestie, Ivy, is from a very wealthy home. However, she was difficult to approach and very private about her personal life. While my mom often wore old-fashioned clothes to parent meetings, Ivy's parents always showed up together in trendy clothes and luxury cars. My mom was always arguing about school fees. Annual festival funds are wasteful. We should stop the festival to save money. While Ivy's mom stood up and declared, rest assured, I'll be sponsoring the entire school festival fund throughout the school year. Wow, I often said to Ivy, if I had a mother like yours, I'd be very proud. There's nothing to be proud of. I wish I had a family like yours. Oh, are you kidding me? Who doesn't want to have rich parents? But Ivy didn't reply anything. One day she came to me. Can I stay at your house for a few days? My parents were cheerful. Of course, darling. Stay here anytime you want. You're like a daughter to us. We had a cozy dinner together. My mom complained again. The prices are getting ridiculous. Yesterday, I almost had to fight at the supermarket to buy a Black Friday sale. It made me very embarrassed. Mom, stop talking about it. Ivy's here. So what? It's true. You're always complaining about everything, but broke your promise to buy me an iPhone 13. And then we got to another big argument. Jeez. That night, Ivy and I laid down and confided in each other. I'm so fed up with my family. They're so stingy. Ivy smiled faintly. I'm fed up with mine too. Why? I even wish to be your parents' child. Are you sure? If you want, we can swap our parents. Ivy looked at me seriously. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's swap families for 1 month. During that time, we won't return to our own house. That excited me even more. Ivy called her mom about it and was immediately accepted. And I was still angry at my parents, so I went down to them and bluntly announced, I'm going to Ivy's house to stay with her parents for a month. My mom just replied coldly, sure, I'm too tired for demanding and stubborn kid like you. Don't come back for the next 1 month. It was amazing how a crazy idea could come about so easily. The next morning, I happily carried my suitcase to Ivy's house and was ready to enjoy life. Upon arriving at Ivy's house, her parents opened the door and smiled. Welcome back, Ivy. As soon as they saw me, they were dumbfounded. Dillis? Ivy called me to say that we'd swap our houses for 1 month.